Hi, welcome to the London Buddhist Vihara. My name is Rushika and this is my brother Amile. So, would you like to come on in? I'd like to ask you to remove your shoes as a sign of respect towards coming into the Vihara. And you'd like to come on through. Okay, this is the shrine room. Inside the shrine room, we have three main shrines that we worship. The first one I'd like to take you to is the stupa. The stupa is a representative of the path of enlightenment in Buddhism. It starts off with three rings at the bottom: concentration, wisdom, and morality. Then the main body of the stupa represents the Dhamma, which are the teachings of the Buddha. Then towards the middle, we have four corners, which represent the Four Noble Truths. And then we have 8 rings, which represents the Noble Eightfold Path. And finally, the gem at the top, which represents Nibbana. And that's the goal of our religion.
This is a sapling from the original bodhi tree in India with the Buddha sat under. And we as Buddhists acknowledge it with respect because we understand how it's sheltered and how it helped the Buddha on his path to enlightenment.
Then the final shrine that we look at is the statue of the Buddha.
The statue, of course, is not an idol. This is a common misconception. In Buddhism, we do not pray to the statue, but instead we use it as a focus of our concentration, and the actual chanting is reciting the precepts and the teachings, the Dhamma that the Buddha taught. And also we have certain offerings.
The flowers here, and the candles and the incense. The flowers represent beauty, and as you probably know, flowers will always die out and they'll look horrible towards the end. That's to represent that nothing is permanent, everything is temporary and it will die. Likewise with the light, when all the wax runs out, it will turn off. And same with the incense. The sweet aroma is never going to last, it will always burn out at some point. This here is the lotus flower.
It's a very important symbol in Buddhism because it represents, in a nutshell, the journey to enlightenment. The actual lotus bud starts at the bottom in the muddiest part of the river, but the shoot grows all the way to the top. And then on the surface of the water is where the actual pure white lotus blossoms. So it shows how going from the worst thing with loads of misconceptions in modern life and other problems and such on, towards a more pure journey towards the top, which is a pure form of enlightenment.
This is a meditation room. It's a very quiet place where everyone can come to meditate whenever they want to. Everybody here sits on cushions. It's the best position to do meditation as your posture is kept upright, and if you get too comfortable there's a danger of falling asleep. So sitting upright, we can focus more on energy going through our body.
Another important point is that the general public often sits on the floor, whereas the monks sit slightly elevated. This is obviously the same in the shrine room, where the Buddha is the highest elevation. This is to show humility and also to show the stature of Buddhism, of how the monks, having taken certain sacrifices and indoctrinated themselves into the order, they are placed higher, whereas the general public are simply followers.
This here is the meditation bell. I'll just ring it for you. That sound represents the beginning and the end of the meditation session. It helps everyone to calm down and to follow the sound. So now I'll take you through to the library. This is the library.
And on the tables we have some artifacts.
These here are old ancient books which were written about 500 years after the Buddha died. Each of the books represents a different sermon or a different passage of teaching that the Buddha taught.
We also have a model of the Wheel of Life. It has 8 spokes to also represent the Eightfold Path, and the wheel shows the cycle of rebirth in Buddhism, where you keep dying and being born again, but the point of reaching Nibbana is to step off that circle and that circle of suffering.
These here are the items that the monks use and what we offer when a monk becomes a monk, really. Inside there are 8 things, the first being the bowl. This bowl is what the monks use to go around accepting offerings of food. They can accept anything that's given to them, usually they stay vegetarian. The other things there are 3 sets of robes, a lower half, an upper half and a double robe for the winter. They also have a razor, which is what they use to shave their hair. All the monks, I'm sure you've noticed, are all bald and they shave off everything right down to their eyebrows. This is because everyone looks at their hair as some sort of attachment and you're always styling it and trying to do something with it. So by shaving it off, it shows that you're detached from that and you're no longer thinking about your image. The other things they have are a needle and thread for if their robes get torn, they can sew them up themselves, and a water filter. The Buddha always said that if they were going to drink water, to filter it out because there could be any bacteria or any little animals in the water. So to make sure you don't kill them, you filter out the water before you drink it.
And here we have the Buddhist flag, and each of the colours has a certain representation. The blue represents loving kindness, the yellow represents the middle path, the red represents the blessings of achievement and fortune, the white represents purity, the orange represents wisdom, and the 6th column is a combination of all the aspects, which is sometimes called the essence of light.
These are the 3 different styles of Buddha statues. The first one here is usually in the Mahayana tradition. This here is a Theravada temple, which means it's the old teachings. Mahayanas sort of literally means the new teachings, and that's mainly around Japan and China. This is the style of statue they use there. A lot of the statues have a small point at the top of the Buddha statue just to sort of symbolise that he's superior.
And the final statue is a typical design of South Asian. If you notice the difference in hand positions, this is often a position that he took when he was giving a discourse or a sermon, whereas in the South Asian one, he's sitting in full meditation with both his feet up.
This here is the function hall. Here we have events such as birthdays, weddings, funerals and loads of other charity functions for raising money. The main function that we have here is what we call a dana. This is when we offer food to the monks. This happens almost every day. Monks have to eat and they all sit there in the line and we always come and give them whatever food that they want around lunchtime. Thank you for coming to visit us. We hope you learnt loads and we hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.